Hi, I'm Dr. Gary Salyer, and I'm a man that wants to change a nation's fate with love. I've always wanted to speak across the country. I had a college professor when I was 20 who had actually been a man who subbed in for Martin Luther King. So I'm only 1 degree different from Martin Luther King. And he once told me, Gary, you should speak across the country one day because you could be better than me. But by the time I was 51, I'd been a graduate professor for like 12 years. And then I had a student say to me, what's a man like you teaching to only and speaking to only 10 to 12 students at a time? And I realized that I was not making a difference. That I was writing books with footnotes, but I was not changing the fate of anyone. And it was about that time that I came upon Thrive Academy. And I took a risk. I took a gamble. And maybe a guy in his 50s could really reinvent his life. I felt like my life had just taken a turn, a real downward turn. Financially, I was at a place that after 2 divorces, academics don't make a lot of money. And I just remember making barely above subsistence, about $60 more a week than my bills were. I could barely even date. And I kept thinking, how am I really going to change my life at this age? And it just seemed like an impossible task. But one of the things that I know was I had to take a risk. I had to take that dare that maybe I could really make the second half of my life count in a way that the first didn't. And that was one of the things I learned from Thrive Academy, that they would believe in me and that I had a right to reinvent myself. I had a right to make a big impact, and that they could give me the tools for doing it. I no longer had to slave writing books with 553 footnotes. I could actually go out and speak to 553 people and really make a difference. In fact, I could create events that would have that. And so there was this huge breakthrough early on in the program that was, I can have the purpose that I came here for. And not only that, there was this beautiful moment when I learned that connection matters more than anything. And the moment I learned that was the moment I started stepping into speaking. And I can truly tell you that these days, I'm finally doing what that kid in college wanted to do, so many years ago. I speak across the country, New York, Boston, Chicago, a lot of places like that, Los Angeles. And for the first time in my life, I'm getting to speak to hundreds of people and really making a difference, because my real goal in life is to change a generation's fate with love. And I didn't even know what was possible. And I've been able to not only speak across the country, but I've been able to create a telesummit with the top love experts in the world: John Gray, Ariel Ford, Sark, Paul Carrick-Brunson from the Oprah channel. And what I know is it is possible to change a generation's fate in love. And that's what I really want to do. I've spoken across the country on stages, but the real high game these days is online. And what I want to do is to create an online program that really and truly does bring the change and the transformation that people need, so they can really get safe to love again and become an extraordinary couple, to find the love of their life and to be able to make it last.